This is Grizz Pawcast, a true Memphis Grizzlies NBA podcast with Weej and Coleman. Two NBA fans with an undeniable passion for the greatest franchise in NBA history, the Memphis Grizzlies. Grizz Pawcast is honest, everyday conversation between two fans in today's NBA. And now, broadcasting remotely, Weej and Coleman. Welcome once again to another episode of Grizz Pawcast. I'm Weej, and that's Coleman.
Officially Jean-Michel Coleman.
Say again?
I said officially Jean-Michel Coleman.
Jean-Michel Weej at two?
Unofficially Mangitudu Coleman.
Nice. I'm guessing that was Senegalese.
That was Wolof.
Is that? Yeah.
Most people speak that, but the official language is French. That's what all the dignitaries speak.
So, of course, you probably have already been able to pick out from the context clues of Coleman speaking Wolof and French thus far. This is our Senegal tribute episode to honor the greatest power forward in, I guess, he's also a center, the greatest all around, just the greatest player of all time.
And a good biker, like bicycler.
Fantastic.
Cyclist.
Gorgui Dieng. So that's why we're here today. We're going to tribute Senegal. I've got a lot of things planned. Coleman has so many things planned. We're just ready to rip it.
Jam-packed.
We have a jam-packed, action-packed show for you today. Coleman, why don't you just go ahead and hit us off with some trivia or facts?
Well, I was, but I got to tell you something. Something is smelling good.
Oh. What was that? Oh. I had something in the oven.
Get it out.
Oh, it's ready. And it is
Ooh-wee.
It is divine. I don't know if you can see that as well as I can.
No, I can see it.
Just a Cebu gin that I just decided to whip up a Cebu gin tonight. And what that is, I'm sure you're wondering.
I know.
I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it is a big deal. This is how you spell it, first of all. That's how you pronounce it. And there's a little bit more of that French flair thrown into Senegalese.
Which explains why I was speaking French at the top.
That's right. So what it is, let me give you another.
Is that a quick question?
Sure.
Is that just an dish a couple people eat, or is that like the whole country?
Well, I mean, if you consider it being the national dish as just a couple people, whatever. You know, it features jollof rice, which is
so probably like 16 million people, which is the population of Senegal, probably eat that.
Exactly. 16 million people are eating that right now in Senegal, which, as you know, it's daytime over there probably. All right. So what it is, to sum it up.
Tell us about it.
Basically what it is you got your red snapper, which I caught in the Mississippi River. A lot of people don't know that it's home to me. So anyway, it's basically you make a tomato sauce kind of a thing with onions, tomatoes.
Okay.
Meanwhile, you have your fish marinating in this parsley and garlic and habanero peppers, and I added a little pineapple juice to kind of combat that habanero heat.
Did you just wing that, or is that more of a that was traditional?
I added my own little flair to it.
Just a fusion. Okay.
Yeah, just some pineapple and pineapple juice just tossed in there with some lime juice. I don't know if that's traditional. And then you just let the fish sit in that. Generally, you probably want to let it sit there for, I don't know, a couple of hours maybe. I let mine sit there for 3 days, which I'm not sure if that's how you're supposed to do it, but I'll tell you what, I'm about to dig in.
Take a bite.
I'm gonna take a bite of this fish. Oh, you eat it with your hands too, as you can see. I don't have utensils.
Can you use a fork if you want to?
No. Oh man. All right, I gotta say, that's about 50,000 times better than the Kugeli. Man, that is fine.
Really?
Yeah, really good. So anyway, you got you got your tomato sauce that you kind of make with onions, tomatoes, a little water. You know, just you get that going. You throw all your vegetables, and the vegetables are kind of cool. You know, they use a lot of like potatoes and pumpkin, and okra is a big deal there, which it is in the South too. So I didn't add okra just because I couldn't find any. I have some growing in my backyard, but it's going to be a while. So I added, you know, carrots. I had carrots, sweet potatoes cut up, and I ended up using some zucchini and squash, onions, cabbage. You know, just kind of whatever you have, a Mod Podge.
Sounds like a smorgasbord of treats.
That's exactly what it is. And then you basically cook it all together. Throw the fish in, bada bing, bada boom. Add the rice later. And it's kind of like a jollof rice, which is their big rice dish that they added to, you know, cooking. So it's really good. It's really, really good. Really good. I'm glad that.
I'm glad you shared it with us.
Yeah. I hope everybody got a little something from that. So that's just a little Senegal.
So when you made that, were you kind of in the back of your head just like, man, I'm cooking some fish, which is the number one food that they trade nationally?
Yeah, I was, well.
Or number one live food. What is that? Breathing food. I think peanuts are up there too. They do a lot with ground nuts, as they call them.
They're a big peanut place.
Yeah.
What kind of climate do they have there?
It's a great question that I do not know.
Tropical? Subtropical?
I mean, it's on the coast.
Somewhere in between?
It's on the coast and it's in Africa, so I'm assuming it's pretty warm.
Yeah. Probably an arid subtropical.
It's probably a sub-Saharan.
I would guess. Coleman, so that's my Cebu gin. It turned out really good.
It looked good.
Very pleased. Put a lot of love into it.
I could tell.
A whole lot.
I could tell by the way you talked about it. You just kind of.
So I think that they need to, you know, if Kelly English is still in charge of the, I guess they still call it the Lexus Lounge or the Horseshoe Casino Lounge, whatever they call that little bar underneath the FedEx Forum that you can eat at. Not underneath, but it's on the ground level of the Forum. They got a little bar under there. And Kelly English, who, you know, he's the chef of Restaurant Iris and I don't know, I guess a couple other there. He did the menu for that little lounge down there, and I think, you know, boom, put that dish on there, and you know, long story short, we're on to something. We are on to something.
Yeah. Well, I think that goes without saying.
Yeah. Coleman, you might want to turn up just a hair. Probably should have done that before we started, but that's the kind of raw, real, and uncensored.
I mean, this is how it is.
Nice.
Is that better?
Yeah, much better.
Sweet.
So, Coleman, why don't you hit us with some more facts?
Man, I got them. I mean, Dakar, capital, right there.
Boom. What do they do?
They're just the biggest city in the country. Just capital.
It's a pretty big whoop.
That's pretty much all they do.
Yeah.
As I told you earlier, the official language is French. But check this out. Only 15 to 20% of males understand it. And only 1 to 2% of females understand French.
So how is that their national language? If you don't
Just
mind.
It just is. That's like the politicians and whoever else. That's what they speak.
Okay.
But Wolof is the most common language.
I gotcha. I thought Senegalese was its own language. Is that incorrect?
I'm pretty sure that is wrong. But I wouldn't take that to the bank.
I've never been wrong before, so I'd be surprised. But I have been surprised before.
Hey, let me drop this trivia on you.
All right.
In 1960, they became independent. 36 years later, what happened?
In 1996.
Yeah, that would be 36.
Let's see. Radiohead released OK Computer. I don't know. I think that was in 97.
It was a couple years later, but
Or 98.
they achieved full internet connectivity.
And that early in 1996?
Yeah, when I read that, they made it sound like they were late, but that seems kind of early to me.
Yeah, I would think
for a full country,
I mean, I think we got a computer in 1996, but
that's what I'm saying.
I don't recall having the internet.
But if you had the option for it, I guess that was considered you were connected.
Yeah, dial up. Those were the days. Now look at us.
Hey, check this. As we both know, they're a republic with the presidency.
Yeah.
Guess how many political parties they have?
One.
Over 80.
Really?
Yeah.
And they're all legit? I mean, they're all...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many members. It's only 16 million in the country, people. So I don't know how many. Some of those parties might have 1,000 people, but...
Well, America has a lot of political... Well, not 80, but they do have a lot of political parties, but they're not up there debating. Is it a different... We're working on a different kind of mindset there, or...
Oh, it's a totally different, I don't think you can comprehend really what's going on in Dakar at the capital.
Right now, other than they're eating Chebujin.
Yeah, they've only got, the military's only got 17,000 people.
Really?
Which any way you slice, that's not a lot.
No, not at all. Why even have a military if you're only going to have 17,000?
Just, I guess, for the benefits. I don't know.
The parades.
And they get that the military gets most of their training and equipment from the U.S. and France.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
So maybe they speak some French when they're, handing each other guns.
Right. Probably so.
Like, would you like this one? Oui. And that's pretty much it.
S'il vous plaît.
Please?
Yeah.
Is that please?
Yeah, that's what I say when somebody asks me, would you like this gun? S'il vous plaît.
I feel like that's not the correct way to use it.
No, I don't think so. I think that actually, if you please, is right translated. I don't know. We're not here to...
I mean, we're not here to judge. But Let me tell you this, though. 'Cause I do have some disheartening news. You know, we talked about Lithuania being pretty woke for the most part.
Yeah, we were under that impression.
I mean, yeah, they're somewhat woke. Senegal, not woke.
So Senegal is not a woke country. In other words,
Let's just say homosexuals, it's illegal.
really.
Yeah.
So what?
I mean, right there, that's not woke. That's definitely not woke.
So they have one. They have one guy in charge. Is he a president or?
Yeah, he's a president. His name's slipping my mind, but yeah.
Oh, you don't know who? You're sitting here telling me you don't know who the president of Senegal is?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I do. I can't call it.
His name is Macky.
Recall it.
Macky Sall.
Oh yeah, Sal.
He's been the president since April of 2012. Just a little stuff I keep in here. Anyway, I feel like I recognize that Macky Sall guy. I mean, just from him being the
President
of a country, I guess. Do you like him?
I don't know. Does Gorgui like him?
I don't know.
Gorgui?
Yeah, I don't know.
If he does, I do.
Gorgui, holler at us. Let us know how you feel about Macky Sall.
If he doesn't like him, then no, not at all.
Get him out of here. I feel a coup coming on. Can we say that? Or is that?
Yeah, we certainly can.
Sorry, I got a little habanero or something in my food. So I'm starting to.
Hey, but speaking of woke, let me give you an example of why it's important that the whole world is woke. If you don't mind.
The table is whatever. Yeah, go for it.
Senegal, is it Senegal or Senegal?
I think it's interchangeable. I think I've said it two different ways.
I'm going to say Senegal. 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 It's probably Senegal.
Yeah.
Anyway, as climate change gets worse, they're going to be one of the countries to get hit the hardest. Just based on 70% of the population's employed in agriculture. They're on the water, the whole deal.
Yeah, they're gonna get nailed in several different ways.
Right. But they're 150th. They're the 150th country as far as contributing to climate change for the negative.
Okay. So
what I'm saying is they're not causing much, but they're getting all the bad stuff from it.
Right. That's no good.
That's unwoke for everyone.
So are they woke about that? I mean, are they fighting against climate change?
There's not much they can do. That's what I'm saying. They're 150th, so they're not, it's not an industry. It's a lot of agriculture and fishing, tourism, make a bunch of money like that.
Right. That's where I'd like to go.
Again, yeah. Because obviously we got this when we went.
Yeah. That's why
the episode's 2 days late.
Right.
Corona, it's hard to get a flight to Dakar.
3 or 4 days late, potentially.
Well.
Yeah, I mean, we've been in Senegal. I just brought that dish back from Senegal. Just the idea.
I could tell.
We may or may not have been hanging out with Macky Sall.
Well, I do know what Gorguy's been doing. He's been riding his bike around Memphis.
I've seen that. I've seen some photos of Gorgui Dieng riding his bike around Memphis. I wonder what kind of bike is he fitted for that bike? You think?
I'm sure he's got a solid seat.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a pretty tall guy. You know,
He probably went to Bikes Unlimited and custom seat, custom wheels.
Probably got measured for it to make sure it.
And I can report he was wearing his mask and social distancing.
It sure was.
So
you got to give him credit for that.
On the court, off the court.
Speaking of on the court, Gorgui came over kind of mid-season this year. I feel like he was just kind of coming into his own for the Grizz. Filled a nice little spot on the court out there. And like we said earlier, he's the greatest player of all time ever. So, I mean, I like him a lot. I think he fits great with the Grizz.
Yeah, he's great to have off the bench. Can play the 4, can play the 5, can shoot, rebound.
He can he can cycle very well too.
He can cycle, because you know he's staying in shape.
Right. So if you ever need a good cyclist out there on the floor, he's your guy.
I'll tell you what a lot of people don't know is that he went to Louisville.
Yeah, I definitely, that doesn't come to the front of my mind when I think about Gorgui, but yeah, that is a fact.
And a lot of people also don't know that his name means the old one in Wolof. Actually, that's what he speaks. So if I can brush up, add just a little bit more to my Wolof arsenal, I feel like that'll give me some tickets.
Yeah, definitely. So Senegal is, I'm trying to see where it is. Okay, so it's far western tip of Africa.
Well, it's not on the tip; it's on the west coast.
Well, yeah, the western the coast would be a better name for it. They got a pretty solid flag. Gotta give them credit for that.
If I'm thinking tip of Africa, I'm thinking down at the south, like South Africa. That's the tip.
Right. I guess I said western tip, but it's kind of got that question mark-esque shape, but that's just confusing things further. So Macky Sall, he's just running the show down there. So where is Gorgui from in Senegal?
He's from something with a K. I can't pronounce it.
Kaffrine, Kaolack, Kédougou, Kolda. I mean, which one?
From Kébémer.
Is that a city?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
no, that's a state.
Well, funny you said that. In Senegal, the capital is the name of the state.
What?
Yeah. So
I'm not sure I follow.
So Kébémer is a town, but since it's the capital of the state, that's the. I know I'm saying this confusing, but
that's the name of the state.
Be like if instead of Mississippi were called Jackson because that's the capital, and California were called Sacramento.
Gotcha. So they do have cities within that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's from the capital.
Okay.
I guess.
the capital of that state. I might have to fact check you there.
I'm pretty sure I read something like that.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Gorgui Dieng does have, he's really big into like
Galas.
public work, I guess. And he's got his the foundation he runs, which is pretty awesome. And we missed the gala this year. He actually had to cancel it because of the COVID.
Yeah, that was in, I think it was having it in Minnesota.
So it's the Gorgui Dieng Foundation. And they do a lot of, basically he provides aid for medical equipment and supplies to Senegal, which is pretty cool. And he actually won the NBA Cares Community Assist Award last year. So I mean, if it's important to Gorgui, we're gonna discuss it on this.
Yeah, we're gonna cover it here.
So, big deal. Good for him. And what's great about that too is he hadn't forgotten where he comes from, which as we've discussed is Coleman. Where was it again?
Kevamir.
Yeah. Are you sure? It's Kevamir. All right. Oh yeah.
Here's the thing.
Kevamir.
Okay.
Kevamir, Senegal.
They've got I know all of our Senegalese diehards are going to be calling in, but it's not like we have cities and states, and then states make up the country. They've got regions.
Yeah.
And then they've also got departments. So that's what I was saying with, I think the departments go back to where the capital of the department is the region. I don't know. I'm confusing everything now.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. Well, we have everything has its, essentially the idea is still I guess Kevamir or however you say it is the capital, but it's also the state. But I don't know.
Let me show you this, big guy.
Clear this up for us, man. Give us a call.
You disabled screen sharing.
Oh, did I? One person, you should be able to do it.
That's host disabled attendee screen sharing.
Oh, who can share? All participants. There we go. Hey, my fault. See if you can do it now.
So this is what I'm trying to say here.
It just said you were muted. Hang on. Oh, no, we're good. Okay.
See right here, region, and then the capital is the same as the region?
Yeah, I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
But the Kevamir, I was wrong about that being a region. It's not.
So it's a city within...
I think it's in the Luga region.
Yeah, I think you're right.
If memory serves.
I think you're right. Or in Thies, because he went to high school.
You think it's Tice, and Daniel Tice is from there?
Actually, it probably is Tice, actually. But I don't think Daniel Tice is from there.
Of all these regions, which one do you think people make fun of the most?
I'm
thinking Fatic, without a doubt.
Knowing what I know now, you're probably right.
There's definitely a slang word for those people. You don't say.
I'm sure Cadugo gets ripped on pretty hard.
Guys in St. Louis are like, oh, what do you think? You're American?
What do you think? Hey, where's the arch? That's what I would say when I got there. Hey, where's your arch?
Hey, where are the Cardinals?
Yeah. Where's Ozzie Smith at?
Where's the hill? That's a deep STL reference for you.
Well, what do you think? We got anything else, or should we wrap it up?
I do want to give a shout out to this Waterloo Water.
Okay. Tell us. Talk about it.
I mean,
Tell us.
I don't know if you know this, but my singular goal when we started this was to get a free case of Waterloo Water.
Okay.
It hasn't happened yet. But, like I said, it's the first time I've had this grape. I like the blood orange and watermelon tops, but this one's all right. We'll take an endorsement, but that's not necessary,
All right, we're going to appreciate everything we talk about.
I really just want one free case. That's it. I feel like I've made it.
One free case, Waterloo. You just got called out.
That's all I want, one. Any flavor, mixed pack.
I personally hate sparkling water, so since
we're trying to. I'll give you one of these. You never had Waterloo.
That's true. That is true. I've never had a Waterloo, so I can't say that I hate it.
It's made in Austin, Texas.
Weird.
Legendary taste.
Totally weird. Let me ask you this, Coleman.
Come on.
We blew right over this like it was nothing, but you got a new shirt on today.
Yeah, I did. It's a
I'm sorry, you were breaking up. Can you say that one more time?
It's a throwback, Vancouver style, Mitchell and Ness, whatever. Yeah. But
didn't they send you the wrong shirt?
They did. The one I ordered had the claw, the logo. You see a lot.
Right.
Same color, but then I got this one in, and to be honest, it's got kind of a African look to it.
It sure does. Very tribal vibe going on with that shirt for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily a Tice region design, but I'm pleased with it.
It's probably Tice or St. Louis.
Yeah, it could be.
It could be Fatic. Hey, let me ask you this.
Okay.
Where'd you make that purchase?
I'll send my money straight to the Grizz via Fanatics.
All right, well, there you go. Calling them out, too.
It's grizzstore.com. Or what is Grizz? I don't know. The official store, whatever it's called.
I think it's NBA.com/memphisgrizzlies. /store or the NBA store.
Yeah, just go to grizzlies.com, click on store. They got a bunch of stuff on sale right now. Go nuts.
And I think that might sum it up pretty much entirely.
I mean, I think we pretty much, I'd say what we covered is the equivalent of maybe 3 to 4 classes in a history of Senegal.
I would think
history 408 class.
I was going to say 3 to 4 years, but yeah, I think 3 to 4 classes. Pretty much the classes I go to last 3 to 4 years each. So
yeah,
that's how deep we got into Senegal just then.
That was deep.
Gorgui, holler at us. Let us know how you're doing, man.
Yeah, we'd love to have you on.
Maybe you can buy Coleman some Waterloo Sparkling Water.
No, I want the company to give it to me.
All right.
I don't want any handouts.
We're gonna hold them to it. Good times. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Subscribe and follow us on Instagram.
Is there anything else? Follow us on
Instagram. Subscribe to YouTube. Thumbs up it. Even if you hate it, give it a thumbs up anyway.
Right. Or a thumbs down. Those are encouraged.
No, those aren't good. Those are not encouraged.
Those are
That's
discouraged.
discouraged.
Leave a comment. Tell us what you like about the show. Get at us. We're still waiting for to hear back from a few people that we're
still socially distancing too.
That's true. Which is part of we're trying to win here.
Hey, Weej, talk for a couple minutes. I got to look up something real quick.
Coleman, while you're getting sponsored by Waterloo over there in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, lovely Austin, Texas.
I wouldn't mind being sponsored by Wiseacre. Just saying. Or whatever water, Memphis tap water, the Memphis public utilities.
The Memphis aquifer.
Yeah. Greatest water in America, right?
I think it's rated very highly.
I had some really good water in Pulaski, Tennessee once, just for the record.
It seems like they would have good water there.
Fine water.
Hey, look, before we get out, we just talked about social distancing. We talked about Gorgui wearing his mask, cycling. I just want to give an update on the coronavirus situation in Senegal.
Yeah, go for it.
As of May 20th, which is what day it is in Senegal right now, they've had 2,617 cases with 30 deaths.
We definitely wish them the best over there. Percentage wise, that sounds like a pretty good bit of people.
For 17 million people. I don't know how their testing and everything is, but that's the numbers we have.
Macky Sall, holler at us. Let us know how your testing's doing over there.
Let us know what you're doing. Holler at Trump.
Right, holler at Trump. He'll holler at us. He'll tweet at us. Probably.
Yeah, we're a big fan.
Let's get out of here on that note.
All right.
Victory. Hey, thanks, Gorgui Dieng. You're the best.
One love. Peace.